Hey guys, Brett99 here. Today I'm going to be showing you how to play Zelda Breath of the Wild on PC using CEMU, which is a Wii U emulator. So the first step is you're going to have the Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild ROM. You can get this from, if you actually own the game, you can rip the ROM. There's tutorials online on how to do it, and that's the legal way to do it. However, if you don't have the game, you could possibly go on Google and find a torrentable version, but that isn't legal. So I would advise that you actually own the game and the Wii U and do it this way. Alright, so the first thing you're going to have to do is download CEMU. So I'll have all these links in the description. But we're going to go ahead and paste this in here, go down to the bottom and download. So now that this is downloaded, I'm just gonna drag this to wherever you want it. I'm just gonna put it on my desktop just to show it off. Next thing you'll need is Cheat Engine. This will allow the game to allow you to speed up the game, which will make your frames per second look much better. Just download it right here. I already have it downloaded, so I'm not going to, but that's how you do it. Then you're gonna wanna download a 4K pack. This is for being able to run the game in 4K. Because CEMU doesn't really affect your GPU usage, you can run it at 4K and it won't actually make the game any slower. So yeah, so you're just gonna download the 4K zip right here. And then next thing you're gonna do is download the shader cache. So what loading a shader cache does for you is it'll load all the parts of the map, at least all the parts that this guy has been to, before your game starts, which will allow it to be much faster. So just go to this link I have here. You'll get to a drive and go to, just download this bin file you have right here. You're just going to want to press the download button up here. It's going to download. Alright, now it's done. You're just going to want to open it and just take this bin file out. So just drag that onto wherever you want it. Then you're going to want to download a save file. Right now, Magnesis and Stasis are both broken in the game. They don't work. So that means you can't get past the first shrines, which means you can never leave the first area and get the paraglider. So what this save file does is it starts you once you already have the paraglider, so you can start the rest. You can play the rest of the game normally. So we're gonna download the save file, and it is not working. So apparently it violates the terms of service. But I have it here. I will just upload this on my drive then and send it in when this video goes up. But so anyway, hopefully I'll have it up there in my description. You're just going to want to download that, put that on your desktop. Next thing you're going to need is RAM disk. What this does is it allows you to put the whole CEMU folder on a RAM disk. So you're just going to go to the link and just go down and download the free trial. One thing about this though is if your computer doesn't have a lot of RAM, so you have like 4 gigabytes, you're going to have to be using about 1.5 gigs for CEMU. So if you don't have a lot of gigs of RAM, you probably don't want to use this. But for me, I have 16 gigs, so I'm fine using this. But if you have like 4, you probably don't want to use a RAM disk. It just allows your game to run a little bit faster and load your caches faster. So now that we have everything downloaded, we're going to open up CEMU. Just go ahead and click on the folder, press cemu.exe, and just open this up. So what you're going to want to do is go File and Load. Now, what you want to go to wherever you have it downloaded. So I have it on the desktop. We go to Zelda Breath of the Wild, wherever you have your Breath of the Wild downloaded, and then you go to Code, then go to uking.rpx, click that, and open it. Now the game will start to boot up. Couple of settings we have to do first. Go into CPU, go into mode, you want to press single core recompiler fast, and then in your GPU buffer accuracy you want to set it to low. Okay, so what you're also going to want to do is go into options, go into input settings, and here's going to be your controllers. So you can set this up to whatever you're using. I'm using a PS3 controller, so I'm going to select the Wii U Pro controller and just put in my inputs on my PS3 controller. But you can put it on your computer. It's just up to whatever you want it to be. You can select keyboard or controller. I'm going to select the controller and put in my inputs. But I'm not going to do that right now. So once you have that done, you're going to be able to boot in the game, but it's going to be running very poorly. So what you're going to want to do is close out CEMU and go ahead and open up the Breath of the Wild 4K pack. That's it. So you're going to take this, you're going to go into graphic packs and just drag the 4K pack in. It's going to be right there. Then what you're going to want to do is, so now you're going to have to open CEMU back up. So just go right back into your CEMU folder, open it back up. And you're going to actually have to run Breath of the Wild. So go load again, run it. Wait for it to load in. So I'm going to have to set up my controller things. So let me just quick do that. U Pro controller, I'll just do my keyboard because I don't really care. I just want to get into the game. Okay. So now it's loading up. Now what's important for you to look at is this right here. If you look at the save directory, it's 2912EB2F. Remember that, whatever it is for you, that's what it is for me. Now you're going to close out CEMU. Remember what that code was. You're going to open back up this folder, and you're going to go inside your shader cache, and you'll notice that this bin code and this transferable code is that exact same one. So currently our shader cache has nothing in it because we haven't walked anywhere in the game. So you're going to take the shader cache that you downloaded before. It should be like dcac992.bin. You're going to take this and you're going to drag it into both of these folders, the shader cache transferable and the shader cache precompilable. Oops, I had to copy this. Precompiled, paste it in. Next, what you're going to want to do is just rename the one that was already in the folder because that's the name of your thing which you need. Copy that and rename the one that we just put in there, that same thing. Now press yes, then you delete the first one and rename it to just exactly what it is. So now it'll load in the game. So now you do the same thing for the transferable. You rename this the same thing, press yes, you delete the first one, and you rename this to what it is. Okay, so now you're going to actually run the game for your first time. Before you open it, make sure you go into graphic packs and select Legend of Zelda 4K. Now just go ahead and load in. And now it's going to start compiling the shader caches. This is going to take quite some time. The first time for me, it took me about, I think, 30 minutes. So it's going to take quite some time the first time. Just let it run, and I'm just going to let it run, and once it's done, I'll be right back. Okay, so my shader cache ran through, and then I just closed out, I closed out the game. I waited for it to load in, and then I just closed out the game. Next thing you're going to want to do is right-click on your CEMU folder and go into Properties and see just how big it is. Mine is 1.53 gigabytes. So now you're going to go into RAM disk, and you're going to want to create a new disk that is however big your CEMU file is. So mine's 1.5, so I'm just going to put 1,600 megabytes just to be safe. And I'm going to mount it as drive B. I'm just going to make it. Now it's been mounted on the disk. So it should show up in your new thing. Here it is, local disk B. So we have to format it. So the way you want to format it, you don't want to do NTFS. You want to go to FAT32 and format it that way. And then you just start. You format the drive. It finishes formatting. Alright, so now you have your new drive that's on your RAM, which will allow it to move a lot faster. Now you just drag your CEMU folder into here. You'll make a copy in here, and now just everything will be much faster. The last thing you're going to want to do is go into CEMU and take your save file you downloaded previously. You want to go into MLC01, go into emulator save, and click on the first folder. First thing you want to do is delete all the folders you have in here. Wait. You're going to want to delete all the folders you have in here. These are actually my save files, so I don't actually want to delete them. But you would delete all the folders in here, and then just drag all these folders into there that are in the zip file. And then you're after the plateau in the game. Okay, so now that you have all your files in, you're going to want to load into the game. Just, file load, and then find your uking.rpx. Load it in. As you can see with RAM disk, it's quite a bit faster, but it's still going to take a little bit of time, so I will be back when it's fully loaded in. Okay, so here we are loaded into the game. So now, if we'll actually get into it, you can see while it runs not very smooth. It seems a little bit laggy. You know what I'm saying? It is low FPS. Right now it says we're getting 15. So what you're going to want to do is open up Cheat Engine that you hopefully downloaded before. Now you're going to press this little computer with a magnifying glass. Click on that and then type in CEMU and you'll find CEMU on the list. Click on it, press open. Now press over here where it says enable speed hack. Check that button. Now you can set it to your speed. Now you can do it anywhere between 2 and 5. Personally, I like doing it around 5 because I just think it feels a lot better. And this will just make your game run faster. It'll make the illusion of you having more FPS. So it'll feel a lot better. So here, I'll set mine to 5, and now you can see how the game runs. It feels like it runs a lot better, a lot more smooth. Oh, jeez. I just died. Well, so yeah, that's how to play Breath of the Wild on CEMU. If you have any questions or anything, go ahead and leave them in the comments, and I will probably have a gameplay video of this up very soon. But yeah, if you're wondering how to increase your FPS anymore, I'd suggest going on to the r/CEMU subreddit. They have lots of little tips and tricks on how to increase your FPS. And right now, I pretty much have used everything that's supposed to increase your FPS. But hopefully they'll have more in the near future because I want this game to run flawlessly. Alright, well, thanks so much for watching, guys. Bye.